What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Dereklindford, who went through another back workout with his coach Ramon and his biggest rival and the biggest threat to him right now, Bron. And I think there is a mutual consensus on this fact. No matter how much improvements anyone has made in the back departments, and that includes Bron as well, no one is really touching Derek, especially in that back double biceps. And also his back lat spread will also be significantly improved, considering how huge and thick and wide his lats are looking at the moment. There is just so much detail and so much density on his back that it's almost unbelievable. So when Derek showed up at the Olympia 2021, when he was competing in the 212, that year he was able to beat Sean Carrera, and also he was able to win his first ever 212 Miss Olympia title. He appeared kinda soft from the front, and that is why some people thought that he is off and that he is gonna lose this battle. But the moment he turned around and showed his back double biceps, everybody just saw how damn ripped and peeled he was. I mean, he was dry as a bone from the back. So it happens once in a blue moon that we see a bodybuilder who has such difference front to back. And I think Derek is about to change that in 2024, because all the updates that we have seen from Derek so far, they have been extremely impressive, especially in all of the front shots. So if Derek does come in a lot more improved, especially in his front shots, in less than 3 weeks time, doesn't that already mean that it is game over for everyone else? Because he got the back shots as well as the side shots against Bron and Samson Dauda even last year as well. That detail that we are seeing in Derek's chest and his shoulders, especially in some of his updates, we have never seen that on him before. So it is gonna be one hell of a battle for the top spot. And let's just see how much of that fullness and density he can hold on to after he drops the water. Next up we have the opinion and the predictions of a veteran bodybuilder, the guy who is also qualified for the Olympia this year, and the guy who has the most number of IFB Pro wins in the current circuit of men's open bodybuilders, but unfortunately he isn't competing at the Olympia this year.
Well, but for this response I will be dropping a YouTube video possibly Sunday.
And his opinions are just so blunt and very unbiased. So he was asked who he sees in that top 3 at this year's Miss Olympia, which is happening in 3 weeks time. So no surprise at all that he mentioned Bron and Derek as the number 1 and number 2. I mean, these guys have been top 2 in the last 2 years. And as of right now, they both seem so far ahead of the rest of the pack. And it's really logical to think that they're both gonna be number 1 and number 2 again, as they have made some significant improvements since last year. So they are most probably gonna finish at the top again. But there is only one name that he mentioned who can upset all these guys, and that is none other than the Texas Pro champion, Andrew Jacked.
In regards to 1 and 2, you know that's going to be anyway Hadi or Derek, you know. But for me, in physique wise, you know, I'd like to see Samson up there with Andrew Jacked. But I think if, you know, Samson outmuscles Andrew, I think. But if Andrew gets a bit sharper, then obviously, man, it's fucking game over for everyone. Everyone. If he hits that nail on the head, crazy. But I think 1, 2, 3, 4 will be Hadi, Derek, Samson, and Andrew. It's my top 4.
So it isn't the first time an active IFB Pro has said his name, and that too publicly, that if Andrew nails it 100%, if he brings his A game, if he is a bit more sharper, it is just game over for everyone else. Because that guy is just built like a Greek god. And the way he showed up at this year's Texas Pro, that was such a clear warning sign to his competition, to every single one of those out there, that his time is coming. And even this year, they are coming for the gold. So what makes Andrew Jacked so damn impressive is that he has such a statuesque physique. I mean, that is the definition of pure aesthetics, meaning big quads, a small waist, big lats, huge arms, and not to mention that taper down waistline and such deep abs, one of the best in the game. Everything that a bodybuilder can dream of having, Andrew possesses all of that. And his back also has gotten a lot better, especially in comparison to what we saw back in 2022 to now. It has significantly improved. So Andrew's trajectory has also been very amazing, considering that this is gonna be his 3rd ever Miss Olympia, and he is being considered a legitimate contender for the Olympia title this year. So it was a day of Ramon Dino, as he posted multiple physique updates, especially the one where he's posing in Flaxosa's gym, Dragon Slayer's posing room. I don't think Ramon Dino has ever looked this round and this 3D ever before, and to think that he must have been on the lowest possible food and the lowest possible carbs at the moment, and still looking so damn full. That is just incredible. So that skull face, that shows the full story, that Ramon has been suffering very, very hard. And I want to point out towards the caption, and it seems like Ramon has finally started to believe in himself, that he can beat Chris Bumstead. Even the people from Brazil, his fans, they all believe that Ramon should not give so much space and so much respect to Chris Bumstead on the stage. Especially if he wants to win, he must show that attitude on the stage as well. So Ramon also showed off his arms after going through a brutal biceps workout. And it's not even a debate that those are some of the best forearms in the business right now. And interestingly, both these guys, Ramon and Fazi, who have the most chance of dethroning Chris Bumstead, are the guys who are going to be fighting with Chris Bumstead for the title. They both have far better arms than C-Bomb. So how much weight Ramon Dino still needs to lose in the next 20 days in order to make that weight cutoff? That is of vital importance at the moment. So all his fans must be hoping that it is very little, because this look right here is just ideal. Next up is the 8 days out physique update of Andrea Presti. So he's confirmed for this upcoming France Pro, looking to get the earliest possible qualification for the Olympia 2025. And again, I have to say Presti was just so unlucky at this past UK Pro. One of the most bizarre judging we saw throughout the year that happened at Europa Pro this year. And not just in the men's open, in the 212 class as well. And to anyone who made this argument, that Presti had smaller legs and that is why he lost to Bruno, then how come he was leading with those same set of legs after the prejudging and Bruno was in third spot? It simply means that Bruno just came in so much better and Presti just faded so damn much. But in reality that wasn't the case. Presti actually came back so much better for the finals. He was more detailed and more polished. So that was a tough pill to swallow. But that is in the past now. So there is no reason to doubt that Presti is entering this year's France Pro as the favorite to win this show. And the reason is he has been so damn consistent with the kind of conditioning that he brings and the way he peaks for his show. I think they're gonna try to come in a bit heavier than what we saw at Europa Pro. Maybe the same kind of package that Presti brought to this year's Italy Pro, where he knew he was going up against a guy like Hunter Labrada, who is just so much bigger than him. So this is the first time after 3 years when Presti was unable to make it to the Olympia stage. But he is all fired up for France Pro and to get his early qualification for 2025. The former 2 times Classic Physique Olympia champion Breon Ansley, he finally responds to all these predictions going around. Now at the age of 44, he doesn't have a shot of winning that title. But I have to say you must admire his mental toughness. He enters every show with this belief that he can win it. So Breon said the same thing before this year's Arnold, and he's saying the same thing for his 9th consecutive Miss Olympia. So Chris Cormier, his trainer, thinks that Breon sometimes doesn't just get the right look from the judges. But I'm gonna say that is just not true. He gets compared to the top guys every year. It's just that the judges have moved on from his physique. They want to see more quad sweep, which at this point is impossible for him. First of all because of his beard cap, and second of all, he is at such a late stage of his career. So how he is supposed to bring up a lagging body part, and that to a major one, if he cannot grow at all in the off-season? So Breon predicted that he is gonna win the Olympia this year. But realistically speaking, this is the year where Breon can place the lowest he has ever placed since 2017. We have Chris Bumstead, Ramon Dino, Fazi ahead of him already, and Urs Kalashinsky and Breon. They have been battling it out for years now, and the only time Breon has been able to beat him, that was at this past Arnold. So all the other times, Urs has placed higher than him. So taking nothing away from Breon, he is a legend of classic. But him winning the title at this point, at this phase of his career, that just doesn't add up. That isn't happening. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.